Does anybody know what Tickles is?
Do you know?
Yeah. She's a hedgehog. So this is Tickles. She is an African pygmy hedgehog. So in the wild, a lot of hedgehogs live in Europe and they get a lot bigger than her. They'll get to be about this big. And she would be awake at night. Do you think she'd blend in very well at night? No, in the wild, she wouldn't want to be white like this. This would stand out a lot. So in the wild, they're usually kind of gray or brown or darker colors so they can blend in and scurry around without everything seeing them. So she's only white because she was born in captivity, and that's just, they bred her for different colors and whatnot. But this is Tickles. So in the wild, anybody have a guess what she likes to eat? What do you think? I'll give you a hint.
Worms.
Dogs. She loves worms.
Ew.
So she'll eat insects and worms. She'll eat veggies. She also likes little fruits, but worms are her favorite. Have any of you guys ever held a worm? Most of you? Have you ever smelled a worm? No? Okay, so the next time you hold a worm, you'll have to remember and try to smell it. Our noses, when we smell a worm, it just smells like dirt. We can't really smell it at all. But their noses are much stronger than ours. So if they're walking around on the ground, if I set her down here and she was real hungry, she could smell a worm this far under the ground. Through a foot of dirt, she can smell one worm and she'll dig down to it, grab it with her little teeth, pull it out, and then gobble it down. Let me see if she'll eat another mealworm for us. She's usually really noisy when she eats. Do you want a mealworm?
That's a sound.
So she'll munch on those little worms while she's cruising around. But what would she do if she saw a coyote come up? Anybody know? Yeah. Yeah, she'd curl up in a ball. Okay, if you guys want to try to curl up like a hedgehog, you just have to touch your nose to your belly button. Can you guys do that? You can try. But we can't do it. We're not flexible enough. She is way more flexible than us. Let's see if I can get her to curl up real fast. Ready? She's like, no, I want to explore. But she'll curl up completely into a ball and then she'll stay tucked in there. And all of these little quills that are on her body, if you came up, would you want to put her in your mouth? No, she would poke your mouth. So a fox, if it comes up, it's probably going to go, oh, I don't want to eat that. It's going to hurt my mouth, and it'll run away. But foxes are pretty curious. So it might come up closer and go, ooh, maybe I could try to eat it. But when it comes close to her, the first thing she's going to do, she's going to go, and she's going to hiss and say, hey, 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 stay away from me. Leave me alone. And if the hissing doesn't work, here, let me see if she'll do it. Do you hear that? She's like, hey, hey. So if the hissing doesn't work, then what she'll do while she's curled up in a ball, as that fox comes up, if he tries to touch her, she's gonna pop and she's gonna jump. Where are all those little quills gonna go? Right into his face or his foot, whatever he's touching her with. So those little quills are gonna poke right into his face and he's gonna go ouch and jump back. And then he might try again and get poked and go ouch and jump back. So he's gonna try and eventually he'll probably give up because he won't be able to get to her. But what he doesn't know is that when he leaves, she's actually played a trick on him. So hedgehogs in the wild, they'll poo and they'll pee and then they roll in it. And they get their quills covered in poo and pee. And they'll go out and find poisonous plants that would make us really, really sick. And they can chew it up and make it a foam, and then they'll lick it all over their quills. So when those quills poke into that fox, what's poking into that fox?
The poisonous plant.
Yeah, all the poisonous plants and all the pee and poo. So what's gonna happen to him? What do you think? Yeah, he's gonna get totally sick. He's gonna get maybe an infection, but he's gonna get sick. And do you think he'll mess with another hedgehog? No way. He is gonna learn his lesson and go, nope, 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 that was a terrible idea. I'm gonna leave them alone. Any questions about Tickles, my hedgehog? No. All right. So Tickles, we got her. Somebody had her as a pet, and they can make really good pets. But as you guys have seen, while she's out, has she been sitting still? No. She's been going the whole time. And a lot of times when hedgehogs wake up at night, they spend the entire night moving and roaming and finding food and playing. So the previous owner gave her a really small enclosure, and the only thing she had in there was a hut to sleep under and a wheel to run on. But as she's eating food, she would start pooping, and the only place for her to go was on that wheel. So she would poop on the wheel and then run. So it would spin, and they woke up the next morning and there was poo all over their walls. So they didn't want her anymore. So we were like, we are happy to take her. We'll give her a big enclosure so we don't have to worry about that. But that's how we got her. Yeah.
My dad used to have a hedgehog.
That's right, I used to have a hedgehog.
Yeah, hedgehogs can make really awesome pets. You just gotta give them lots of space so you don't get poo on your walls. All right, do you guys want to say bye to Tickles? Okay. Bye, hun. Here we go. We're gonna head back. You ready? Now she'll curl up in a ball. All right. Here we go. We're heading back.